What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ultimate Master League series, and we're in the Premier League. We are in the Premier League. We got promoted with QPR, and that means there's going to be some big changes to this series. First off, face cam. I thought, you know what? It makes it a bit more personal, brings a bit more energy to the series. Let's bring some face cam into the action. However, with changes, there's always got to be something that stays the same, and that involves me messing things up. I did the whole of the summer transfer window, played the opening game of the season against Liverpool, and as I was, recording and editing other videos, I deleted that content. So, all is not lost. The progress is still here. I'm going to take you through the players we signed, why we signed them, talk you through the Liverpool game, and we're going to get into today's matches as well. So there are definitely some new faces in this squad, and I'm going to take you through them one by one. I'll start at the back. We've brought in Nastasic, who Man City fans will be familiar with him. A very, very interesting and promising defender. Not quite young anymore, but still in that age group where he can continue to improve. And a very, very solid defender. Not much in the pace department, but other than that, pretty much what you would want from a middle of the road defender. And he should be good enough to help us solidify our defence enough to stay in the Premier League. I'm looking forward to using him and developing him. And I'm expecting by the end of the season for him to be 80, maybe 81 rated. And I'm just going to be focusing on his core defensive ability. We've also brought in Fosu Mensah from Manchester United. He was transfer listed, and he's got the leader team role, which is fantastic for us. He's got all the physical attributes you'd want from a defender. And we're just going to work on developing him as an actual defender, improving that defensive prowess, improving that ball winning. He's also a pretty good passer of the ball as well, which gives us a ball playing option from the back. And he's definitely someone alongside Walker Peters who's going to go on and really scale the heights with this club. In midfield, we've got Jeffrey Kondogbia, who we had a look at a long way before the end of the season and got a decent price for him. So we just kind of let that sit and hope that the money would come in to fund that, and it did. And as a box-to-box central midfielder, he's what you want. Very, very strong, good passer of the ball as well. A good mixture of physicality and technique. And he's really someone I'm looking to really drive the team on. And he's got a lot of stamina as well. Key for someone who's going to be driving the play in the middle of the park. And yeah, again, he's only 24 years old, so he can go on and develop. He's very versatile. I'm really, really happy to have Kondogbia in the club. And our final major signing is Kelechi Iheanacho, who we brought in as a replacement for Lobato, who is going to leave at the end of the transfer window. We don't even have the option to try and convince him to stay. I might look to re-sign him depending on how things go. But as it stands, Iheanacho is his replacement, and we've done pretty much like for like. Someone who's incredibly fast, got some promising technical stats, but needs work. And Iheanacho fits that bill. He's a better finisher than Lobato is, a better passer as well. There or thereabouts when it comes to dribbling as well. So, in fact, right now, as it stands, Iheanacho is an improvement. Over time, I think Lobato will probably go on to be the better player, especially being considerably younger than Iheanacho. But as it stands right now, Iheanacho is our guy. We've got some young players coming to the squad as well, and some really interesting young players, which I'll go on to in a bit. But other than those improvements to the spine of the squad, it's pretty much the same as we had last. Guerrero at left back, who we got from Dortmund at the start of the season. Tissot on the centre back, Walker Peters at right back. Diogo Poco in defensive midfield, Sint-Graven and Quintero in behind the strikers of Bonatini and Iheanacho, and of course Fideo in goal. Now, would you believe me if I told you that there were a pair of twins on my club?
That is not correct.
And I'm not talking about Rafael and Fabio Sobisi who used to play for Man United. I'm talking about actual identical footballers. Like, identical. I'm talking about Gordillo, who is slightly better at the moment because we've been training him, but he's literally a perfect match for Tayyeb, who we managed to pick up on a free. And I'll show you just how identical they are. So there is their hexagon, and that, you know, it's the same. Like, but if we go even further into their stats and their attributes, they're the same height, the same weight, the same age. They've got the same strong foot. Literally, the only things that have changed on this screen are things that I have personally done. Gordillo's got the youth prospect because he came through our ranks and he's made his debut. And he's got the creative playmaker card because I've used that as his playing style. So, other than that, they're identical. Let's go into the attributes. And again, is literally just small little tweaks due to how I've developed him as a player, but they are pretty much identical. Attacking power 71 and 72, ball control 81 and 82, dribbling 76, 75, low pass 80, 79, and you can go all the way down that list. There's literally only a 1 or 2 point change in any of the attributes, and that's simply because of the development that Gordillo has had over the course of a year that Tayyeb hasn't had with this club from playing elsewhere. But we've literally got twins at the club. The reason why I'm so excited about this is because if I develop these players, I've got 2 routes to go down. I can either develop them identically and make them the same player, and essentially mean that I can rotate the same player without losing him in the squad, or I can take these 2 players, and where I'm taking one down one route, I can compensate another way. Essentially, I have 2 options with the same footballer. It's insane. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and it's going to add a nice dynamic to the season. Right then, so we did play a game against Liverpool, and it ended 1-1. But it was a really, really good game. Liverpool took a relatively early lead, and we pulled it back in like the last moments. It was a really great game. And I'm sorry that I've lost that footage, but there will be plenty of brilliant games to watch on this channel. And there's also another twist. I may or may not have managed to get the Germany job. So yeah, I don't know how that happened. I got offered a load of managerial jobs, and one of them was Germany. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take that. And it means that I'll stay at QPR longer and be happy to develop a small squad whilst having the joys of bringing you the football from a world-class international side as well. So yeah, let's get into our first team selection with Germany. So obviously we've got all of these incredibly talented footballers. What I want to do is the same thing Germany did about 8 to 10 years ago, is that they decided to really bring in a mass of youth players. That's the same thing I want to do. I want to bring in the next generation of German footballers and hopefully win some titles with them. Right, so I'm getting rid of Castro, and I'm looking for his replacement. Emre Can does seem to make a bit of sense. Right then, so one player that I do think has a promising future is Julian Brandt, and this guy, I'm going to be bringing him in. That's going to be the first player that I replace. So Castro out, Brandt in. And I'm also going to take out Schweinsteiger because as much as I'm a fan of him, he is definitely getting on a bit, and it's probably time to let somebody else have a chance at being the next Schweinsteiger. Obviously there's Tony Kroos coming through in that role. And there's chances for other players as well. Right then, I've decided to bring in Leon Goretzka. Again, a very good all-round midfielder, and someone with a lot of promise. He's only 22 years old, so he can come into the squad too. Right then, so this is the squad and my lineup for Germany, and this is what I'm into right now. And I've gone with a fluid formation. At its core, it's a 3-6-1, which is a very, very unorthodox formation, but one I'm a fan of if you've got the right players. Most teams haven't. Germany, in my opinion, have. And so yeah, we're looking at a back three of Boateng, Hummels and Mustafi, with Neuer sitting behind them. In my opinion, that combination of goalkeeper and 3 centre-backs can only be rivaled by Juventus. That's an incredible set of footballers there. In front of them, we're going to be playing Toni Kroos and Goretzka. Then an absolutely frightening attacking lineup there of Royce, Ozil, Goetze, Sane and Thomas Muller leading the line. Frightening stuff. I'm glad that they're on my side and not against me. Right then, enough talk. Let's get into some football. We've got a game against a team that beat us to the title last year, Aston Villa. Let's get some revenge. Let's go. Right then, so it's a little bit unconventional, but this is the squad we're going with. Fosu Mensah and Kondogbia are my back two, and Fosu Mensah hasn't played for us yet, and Kondogbia is not traditionally a centre-back, but he can do a job there. We've got Brahma Toure and Biogo Poko sitting in defensive midfield, and Iheanacho is going to lead the line with Gordillo sitting just behind in support. Right then, here we are, QPR versus Aston Villa. Let's do this. Let's get some revenge. There we go, Fosu Mensah making his debut for the club. He knows what it's like to play in the Premier League, even if only a little bit. He's got experience here, and that can help the club. Fans are up for it. Let's do this. Gordillo finds Quintero. Guerrero now. Oh, great football. Iheanacho. Oh, couldn't quite bring it under control there. Poor touch. Kondogbia, great header. Gets up well there. Gordillo. Iheanacho. Oh, couldn't quite get that strike off. Sinkgraven. Iheanacho. Oh. Walker Peters puts it in there. And Galini picks that out of the air. That was close. Brahma Toure, could he be the hero? He is! 1-0 from the most unlikely player. Probably one of the players you would look at as being absolutely no goal threat. Brahma Toure comes up good. And it was a good bit of play. Nearly came apart there. And what a goal, what a finish. And his first goal for the club, I think. Definitely his first in the Premier League. Oh, Brahma Toure's won it again. What's he going to do this time? Finds Iheanacho. Oh, how has he missed that? How has he missed that? Brahma Toure put it on a plate for him. Stinked it brilliantly. And that is very poor. And that's gone 1-0 at half time. Not bad. It's a good start to things. Let's keep this up. Come on. Walker Peters puts that in there. Iheanacho tried to get to that. And he's given away a free kick somehow. But yeah, I guess headbutting a guy in the chest and sending him into a somersault is against the rules of the game, I suppose. Walker Peters again puts it in there. Oh, what a ball! And Gordillo scores the second. He'll be keen to prove himself in the Premier League, the youngster. And there we go, Gordillo makes it 2-0. And surely now we shouldn't let this slip. We're playing well, we're dominating the game. Right, and so taking off Quintero because he's tired, bringing on Brigi from our youth academy, and hopefully he can have a good game. A decent young technical midfielder. Let's see what he brings to the table. Iheanacho not really had the best of games today. He's coming off. We're going to bring on Bonatini just to see the rest of the game off. Walker Peters finds Bonatini, who turns his man. Oh, and that is how it's done. Have a word. Leo Bonatini with practically his first touches. And what a goal that is. And that just shows the level of class that this kid's got. what a player and what a goal threat he brings. Straight away after the substitution, ball makes its way to him, and a brilliant touch turn his man, and a cheeky finish with the outside of the boot there. All that Brazilian flair coming to the fore. Have a word. What a touch and what a rude finish. Oh my goodness, a poor clearance from Fosu Mensah there. Really poor from him. And Ross McCormack, the substitute, comes on, absolutely wellies it bottom corner. Good goal. But that has ended 3-1. Great result. And our first win of the season after that opening day draw to Liverpool. Great result. So that result now leaves us in 8th place in the table. Looking good. My goal for this season is obviously to stay up, preferably comfortably in mid-table, and possibly look at sneaking a Europa League spot. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Ambitious goals, I know, for a team freshly promoted, but I think we can do it, especially with the players we've got. And now, final game of the month, and probably on paper the hardest game of the season. Manchester City away, and what a squad they've got. Let's just have a look at this. Neuer in goal, Otamendi and company as centre backs, John Stones at right back and Kolarov at left back. Possible options there. Kevin De Bruyne, Yaya Toure, Ilkay Gundogan in midfield is not a joke. Sterling, Ayew and Aguero up top is that's just problems. Luckily, my team are on job today, so hopefully we should be able to at least give them a run for their money. Right then, here we are at the Etihad, and surprisingly full for a Man City game. Etihad full to capacity for the first time ever, and yeah, this should be a very interesting test of our abilities. And already Manchester City just rampaging straight from kickoff, and I think that's an indicator of things to come. Sinkgraven finds Iheanacho. Can he get the shot away? Oh, just wide. Come on. Quintero finds Bonatini, who finds Iheanacho. Oh, he just couldn't bring the ball with him. Bonatini is now in space. Surely, yes! 1-0 against Manchester City. Who would have thought it? Leo Bonatini, Mr. Reliable in front of goal. And he's brought his form from the Championship into the Premier League. It was interesting to see whether he would get the same sort of goal return in a higher, more aggressive, more competitive division, but he's definitely doing the job. What a time to score just before the half, 1-0 at half time. That puts us in a great position in the second half. We can regroup and hopefully see this out. And a great tackle stops De Bruyne. Iheanacho now finds Bonatini, who gets past Otamendi, but company's there, doing just enough. Right, let's defend this free kick, and a good save from Fideo. Come on! Ayew now trying to make a run, and a good challenge there. And Bjergo Poker just having an absolute stormer of a match. Oh, we've got a free kick, and also possibly an injury to Bonatini, which we could definitely do without. Great tackle from Quintero now. Can we finish the game off with Iheanacho? We couldn't quite get there. But there we go, it's a 1-0 victory against Manchester City. Would you believe it? Probably our hardest game on paper this season. And we managed to come away with a victory. Yes, come on. Bonatini getting a hat-trick, and I think that him and Iheanacho linked up quite well today. There's still some work to be done there, but it was promising. I liked it. And that victory propels us up to 6th in the table. I will take that all day. Right then, Bonatini is out for at least a month, which is less than ideal. Our main goal threat by some distance, which means that Iheanacho and Poulsen are going to need to step up big time. Right then, it's that time, the transfer deadline day. And it's all about to get mad. It's all about to get mad. Right then, so these are the players that I'm looking at. And I mean, these are all luxury purchases, if I'm honest. Pulisic is someone that I'm interested in just as someone who's got a lot of potential in the future. Obviously currently at Dortmund, but yeah, I'm interested to see if I can get him. He will be kind of like the last choice, just because I don't need him, but it would be nice to have. Ideally, Bazir is the player that I want. Now, I don't think I can bring his price down that much. I'm going to try, because considering I'm going to get him, but he is a player that I'm definitely interested in. I'm also interested in Hendricks, who's a very, very similar sort of player. Less physicality about him, but a technical, deep-lying player. So I like those sort of players. I'd like to bring him in, but it's not entirely urgent that I do so. Callum Chambers was someone else that I was also looking for, and his club decided no, he's not for sale at all. So that's cool. And Riedewald, another player, in fact, Bazir's teammate, and his price is ridiculous. But again, same sort of player. If you look at them, Bazir's a bit better, kind of rounded, but Riedewald is more of a defensive specialist than Bazir is. But yeah, I can't afford him, so that is what it is. Right then, we've had an offer for 1.7 million for one of our youth left backs that realistically isn't going to play. So I'm happy to accept that. And he can go, because that brings our transfer budget up to 24.7 million, which means at this point we can afford Bazir. It leaves us with very little left in the bank. But I'm happy with the squad the way it is. So let's just have one more look. So now we have the option to get either Hendricks or Bazir. And we've got enough left back options realistically. Bazir really does interest me. So I think I'm just going to go for it. What the hell, accept terms. What a signing this will be. And there we have it. We've signed Bazir. We've got next to no money left in the transfer budget. A very healthy salary budget though, mind you. But there we go. So yeah, that's the end of the transfer dealings for this transfer window. I'm really happy with the squad going forward. And yeah, we're going to be missing Bonatini for a month. But once he's back, you've got a lot of options in attack. Iheanacho will come good. If you remember correctly, Bonatini had similar problems when he first started and ended up scoring a ridiculous amount of goals last season. And he seems to be on the same thing this year. So I've got the same faith in Iheanacho. And there's Team of the Month, and Gordillo has made it into the Team of the Month alongside Bonatini. We expected Bonatini to be up there, but Gordillo as well. That's positive. I'm happy with that. Right then, so it turns out Lobato didn't leave to go to another club. He just ran his contract out. Nobody signed him. So I'm getting him straight back. I'm putting an offer for him. If it's successful, we'll pay whatever wages he needs. We'll bring him back in January, and we've got our prodigal son back. I'm happy with that. Right then, that's it for this episode, and we'll be back with some international management. My Germany squad will be making their first appearance against Italy, and then Uruguay, two very, very strong teams. I'm really looking forward to the Italy game because similar teams in that they're very, very strong defensively, creative in midfield, and have a potent goal threat. And I think we're setting out pretty much the same way as well, with three at the back. So that interests me to see if I've done it right. But if you enjoyed this episode, enjoyed us getting 2 victories on the belt, signing some good players, and you know, making a great start to the Premier League, give us a thumbs up, support the series, and subscribe if you're new. There's plenty of my club content coming to the channel. Master League is back. I took a little break in the off season, and Ultimate Team is going to be coming back to the channel as well. And of course, esports is here with PES League mode, and I'm tearing that up right now. So yeah, until next time, take care, subscribe if you're new, and peace.